Hey guys, this is Dr. Taylor. I'm just checking in with you real quick. I'd sent an email to you guys about the evaluative rough draft, and I want to go over that. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys in a minute because I think there was some confusion regarding that project. So I just want to talk about that briefly so we're on the same page and you guys know what I'm talking about. All right, so the last unit we worked on was the how-to guide. That was the informative sequence. Now the unit we're starting this week, well, we started last week and into this week, is the evaluative sequence. So they're not the same. So the informative was the how-to guide, but the evaluative is the open letter or the letter to the editor. So if we think about our conversation from the beginning of the semester where we talked about the purpose for writing, in the first sequence was the narrative sequence, and you guys were just giving your autobiography. So that the purpose was to narrate your life, and the genre was the autobiography or the memoir. The last unit was the informative sequence, and the genre was the how-to guide. The purpose for that writing was to inform your writer on what you wanted them to learn about through your how-to guides. So this unit is the evaluative. So the purpose is to evaluate, and the genre is the open letter or the letter to the editor. And I'm asking you guys to evaluate something that pertains to your community, CalU, or just about anything. And if you think about the post I had you guys do on what grinds your gears, you're writing a sophisticated rant to a newspaper or maybe even a Facebook group where you're calling something out. In order to do that, you have to evaluate that. So the evaluative is unit 3, I'm holding up 3 fingers, and the informative was unit 2. I think a lot of you guys conflated that. So I'm just going to go over it very quickly so this thing makes sense for you guys. So I'm going to share my screen right now. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to our CalU home just so we know what's going on. And sorry if this video is choppy. My computer's running slow today. Hopefully when I upload it to YouTube, they fix it. All right, so you look for your class, obviously, under the semester. English language skills, English 100. It's a little slower when I screen share. And excuse me, excuse the background in my parents' dining room. Got a country aesthetic, not my thing. All right, so if you look at the announcements, last week on the 7th, so about a week ago, I had the mini lecture for the evaluative sequence. And there I talked about how you guys should write your open letter. The YouTube video is here. You can just click on the link. I'm not going to click on it. I'm afraid my computer might explode. And then I encourage you guys to watch that. I looked at the video statistics, and it was only watched 11 times. And I would assume that some of those times were me watching it again, and then maybe people from my other class watching it. So I would encourage you guys to watch it. If you watch this video, let me know, and I will give you 3 bonus points. So that's me checking in. But I also have documents. So the assignment sheet for the evaluative sequence will tell you very clearly what we're doing. This is the open letter or the letter to the editor, and I give you the step-by-step and the page count and the word count. Then I also have my lecture notes from the YouTube video. I would say that the two go hand in hand. If you watch the video, the lecture notes make more sense. And the rough draft, the open letter, was due on D2L on the discussion forum by yesterday. But there were only 2 posted on D2L as of today, the 13th, when I went to check and give feedback on them. So as always, I'll highlight the text here. I just need something. It does not have to be an entire draft. It can be notes or a few ideas. I just want you to start thinking about it. The draft itself is due in 6 days, so you're going to want to get this in as soon as possible so I can give you some feedback on it. If you're not sure about what you want to write about, then schedule a Zoom appointment with me. I think it's a very good idea to do that. Some of your peers have done that already, and I think that they're in good shape. And I'm going to be meeting with some people tomorrow afternoon. So please meet with me, even if you just give me 10 minutes of your time. Then we can go over that and get you a topic that you might want to write about. It can be about anything. I always let you guys write about what you guys want to write about. So it can be about anything. Maybe they took a TV show off that you really like and you want to just write to the producers in the network and say, hey man, bring this show back. Or you can write to the Major League Baseball right now or the PGA Tour and say, hey, like, here's my open letter and here's why we should have golf. Obviously, I don't think it's a good idea to have anything public, but my point is you can write about anything you want. Or you could write it to a group of people. You could write it to the administration of Cal U about parking. Anything, or you can write it to people who aren't practicing social distancing. The ideas are entirely up to you. Just think about what makes you mad, what irks you. Maybe it's someone not flushing the toilet or leaving the toilet seat up. You can write a letter to that group of people, whatever you want to write about. On D2L, so like we see the announcements, if we go to communication, we click on discussions. I have a rough draft section, and I have the evaluative rough draft forum, because I want these things to be posted publicly, because normally I would let you work on these in class and I'd let you work with your peers. So I'm opening up that publicly. So click on that. And then submit your open letter or letter to the editor draft here. Per the usual, you do not have to submit a complete draft. I am only looking for some potential ideas, an outline, or what you plan to write about. And then we see here one of your peers, Malika, says she thinks that she will either write about Cal U food or the diversity on campus. So she just says these are the ideas she's interested in. That's all I'm looking for, just a potential idea. And then Ariana has one. She wants to write between two of her pet peeves and people eat with their mouths full, so that can be a funny one, or other people's that interrupt her. Write about that. And then Edgar writes about when someone forgets to do something that I asked. Again, a very legitimate open letter. So these are just some ideas, and when you post, that's all I'm looking for is just a potential idea that you're thinking about and that you can begin working on. Because on the 19th, which is right around the corner, it's Sunday night, the draft of your open letter or letter to the editor is going to be due. So I encourage you guys, I hope that you guys have watched this video, and I encourage you guys to schedule an appointment with me on Zoom, FaceTime, email, whatever you want to do. Just be sure to talk it out with me so I know what you're doing. And then it's just a good idea to do that so I know when I'm grading the attendance and participation at the end of the semester, I smile kindly on you. So be sure to do that. Again, email me if you have any questions. Take care.